Hello everyone, welcome back to my Unreal Engine tutorial series on bow and arrow. So today I'm going to add the movement of the arrow when I shoot arrows. So like this, when I press left click, the arrow is gone to the target location, as you can see here, like this. An arrow will be remain attached to this location I shoot. Okay, that's what I'm going to do today. And this episode is also sponsored by these generous Patreons. Thank you very much for the support you guys are giving me. Alright, so this is the way my arrow shooting works at the moment. So now as you can see, when I press the left click, arrow is going somewhere, but that's not exactly, it doesn't look like that it is going to the place that I'm aiming with my reticle. So that's the issue I'm going to fix today. Also, you may notice that if I shoot an arrow like this, no, let's go to a clear place. You might notice that arrow is not going in a straight line. It is like somewhat rotating around. See, I want to fix that as well. Alright, let's open my human character and where do I fire? Alright, this is where I fire. So I have to modify the fire method of the BP arrow. So this is what happens at the moment. And I think I should modify this. Let's try using another method instead of using this physics based velocity. Let's do it like this. First let's try let's define a direction that this arrow should go. We can do that like this. Let's define an input and direction, and it should be in the type of vector, and connect it like this. Compile, and here we should give the direction. So I'll define a new function under 𝐶human. I'll call it get firing direction. I can call it get aiming direction. That would make more sense. So the return should be a vector 3. So for now, for the 𝐶human character, I'll give forward vector. Get actor forward vector. Compile, and I'll use it here like this. May turn this one into a pure function. so that I can connect it without this execution line. Get aim in direction. Later when we implement with working with AIs, so that we can give something like get the enemy's location and give it as the forward direction, so that the AI characters will shoot whoever the targeting enemy. Right, now I'll override this get aim in direction for the player character like this. I'll open the player and let's go to override. Where is get aim in direction? Here, let's override it like this. Here I need to get the control rotation as the forward vector. Let's try this. Get control rotation and get forward vector. So here the thing is, when the player is targeting, so let's say I'm targeting like this, and my reticle is showing this grassless patch on the ground, and my arrow should hit there. So right, so since I haven't provided the direction, it's not happening at the moment. So what should I do is, I need to do a line trace from my camera to that middle point and get that point in the world space and calculate the direction from the arrow to that point. So how can I do that? Well, let's change this method like this. Instead of get aim in direction, let's call it get target. Right, and here the target would be, yeah, let's keep it like this, no issue. So now I'll go to here, and in order to get the target, I need to do a line trace. Let's do it by channel. Will this work in a PO function? Maybe it will, I don't know. So start would be get control okay, the camera location. And the ending should be get control location and get forward vector and multiply with this with something like, let's try 5000. And also I need to draw a debug line in order to check whether this is working or not. Yeah, this part should be corrected like this, because I need to get some position that is starting from the camera and it is in the forward direction about 5000 units in the forward direction from camera. So it should be corrected like this. And let's see. So yeah, now as you can see, the traced point is that ground, just the place that I am aiming with my reticle. Okay, and so let's give that place as the return. So let's try it like this. Let's do a branch, and if the return value is true, let me split this one, and we should return output hit location. Otherwise we should return this position, because let's say if I am targeting sky, then in that case I may not hit anything in the forward direction of 5000 units, but still my arrow should go into the empty space, so therefore I'll return this one. And well, why should I do this part here? I can do the same thing in the inside the arrow. No, I shouldn't. That's because arrow don't know about the camera location and anything, so therefore I must do it here. Okay, now let's go to the arrow. So here I am getting the aiming direction, the target direction like this, into the fire event of the arrow. Now all I have to do is, well, actually this is not the direction I am returning. I am returning a location. So that's wrong. That's actually not wrong. I am returning a target. Yeah, get target, that's the event, so that's okay. So here I have to get a unit direction vector, or do I? Well, no need. Let's do it like this. This is the target, so I'll change this one to target. It would be clear then, right? And then I don't need this part now. Target minus let's get the active location of the arrow. So like this I can get the unit direction vector. Alright, from the arrow to this target, and then I have to multiply this with something like, let's say 1000. Let's try 1000 and return. And instead of this physics based movement, let's try this. Let's try, no, before that let's see how it works. Well, this is hard. Okay, it seems the arrow is going in the desired direction, but for some reason the arrow keeps rotating. Well, that may be because it is interacting with my character collisions. So let's get rid of this physics part and do something like this. To location, no, component move, this one. Let's try this one. Okay, so here the target is obviously this one, and relative location is, let's get the current rotation and give it like, keep it same, and the component is this one. We need to change this value, time value, but let's see if that works. Right, did it work? No. Let's see again. It's not visible. Maybe that's because I am destroying that arrow object. I remember somewhere I said lifespan of the arrow. Yeah, this one. So I'll disconnect this one for the moment so that I can check if my arrow is gone to that target location. Okay, let's go there. Where is my arrow? Well, before this part, I need to detach this arrow, BP arrow, from its parent component, because this arrow has been a part of my character. So in order to use this, I have to detach from component like this, and location rule, keep word, rotation, keep word, everything keep word. Okay, now let's see. Right, let's target this tree. Yeah, now you saw the arrow is going to that place, and yeah, it's here. Let's try another arrow. Okay, that's also here. Another one, that's also here. And as you can see, the arrow is attaching from its root. That's because the root of the arrow is here, not there, here in this white area. So that's why it's always attaching from that point. So I can fix it like this. Instead of this target relative location, I can get the unit direction vector, and let's disconnect this one. Here, let me multiply this with something like 50, minus 50, because I think the length of this array is, I'm not sure, let's measure it. To measure the distance, I'll add a cube. This should be smaller. 0.1, right. Now this is, let's attach it to the center and keep 0 0. All right, now how much is here? 66. Okay, so that means it is roughly about 50. So yeah, let's add the target. Oops, let's reduce this amount backward from the target like this, and that should be the new target. All right, now let's see. Right, now as you can see here, well, that's before the tree, that's not good. Here is also not on the tree. All right, yeah, with 50 it looks much better. If I shoot the ground here, now you can see the arrowhead is attached to the ground, and also there is a little problem as well. My arrow is kind of not going straight, it's going something in an awkward direction. That's because the direction from camera to the hit point and the direction from the arrow location to hit point is slightly different. So let's fix it like this. We can use find look at rotation, and the start is this one and the target is this target, and that should be the final rotation. Let's see. Okay, now it's rotating towards me. That's wrong. Maybe I changed the pins. Yeah, this should be the start and this should be the target. Okay, now it's correct. Right, it looks much better now. Why don't we add some sound effect? Alright, let's add some sound effect here. Place sound at location, and the location is this actor location, and I have swoosh. Yeah, this one. Let's try this sound. Okay, that is the same sound effect I am using for weapon swoosh sounds, but that's working here as well. No issue. You can change or you can use any sound effect you need. Alright, that's all I'm going to do for today. In the next episode, I wish to add some trail to the arrow, and also I need to work on a drop in the arrow's direction. So let's say when I'm targeting a long distant target, and there should be some drop into the array so that it will be more natural. And yeah, okay, If you like to support my work, you can get the membership of my Patreon club here, and depending on the tier you join, you will have different privileges. And see you in the next episode. Goodbye.